Yes, ma'am. You can start. Thanks, teacher, for your patience. All yours, ma'am.
All right. So, as mentioned earlier, Storyweaver is a platform of repository of stories. We are not a mobile app, but we are all our features, most of our features are available on mobile as well as on desktop. Um, and we are a website where you can find more than 28,000 stories in more than 200 plus languages. So we are one stop shop, if I would say so, to access all kinds of stories in all different languages. Hello, Anuj, I'm not able to move to the next slide. Not sure what.
Can you, ma'am, reshare your screen?
Lisa, have you closed your annotation window?
1 minute. Yeah. Is everyone able to view the screen?
Yes.
So stories help in an everyday classroom to help introduce abstract math concepts. For example, the concept of addition, multiplication, and even more advanced concepts like Pythagoras theorem can all be.
Sorry, Lisa, can you reshare your screen?
All right, 1 minute. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
So, as I was sorry for the interruption, but as I was telling earlier, that stories are an effective tool in a teacher's kit because stories help introduce abstract math concepts like abstract math concepts in science and math. For example, a child might find it really difficult to visualize what multiplication is or what an hypotenuse or a Pythagoras theorem in real life is. So in this case, we can use stories to help him visualize and understand the concepts better. Also, before you start a chapter of any subject, stories can be used as a hook to one orient the child in the classroom so that the child mentally ready to assimilate the new concepts, also to grab his attention. So stories are, because everyone loves stories and everyone intuitively tunes in when a story is being narrated. So story is an absolutely wonderful hook in a classroom setting when you are setting the context for a new chapter. And also story is also helpful while you're trying to teach grammar, or while you're trying to teach moral values such as empathy or gratitude. Sorry, there's an error on the screen, but if you're trying to teach grammar, a story can definitely help understand the child of how a wrong placement of comma or a wrong preposition can entirely change the outcome in a written context. Also, while you're talking about moral values in a class, in a moral science class or otherwise, what does empathy or gratitude look in real life, and how can one um, um, develop those values and inculcate those values in a real life setting? Stories are a best stage to moral science classrooms as well. And apart from this, to introduce any new concept in a culture, history, geography setting, in, for example, if you want to teach about Renaissance in a history class, a good story can definitely help child understand how, what it was, moving from a dark ages to, Renaissance, what it meant, and how can in a present day context a child visualize that. It also helps a teacher build essential skills like, creative writing, speed reading among students, especially in the older grades. And such skills are very essential, especially when you're training your students to crack the board exams. So stories are really essential in a classroom setting. Now, how do stories help achieve a teacher's goals? So, as I mentioned earlier, children are intuitively tuned in to listen to stories. So, stories keep the class attentive. Children are less distracted. There are research that tells us, children who listen, who read stories, who they have better attention span, and that improves the academic performance of the class. Also, because when you are trying to convey new concepts through interesting medium like stories, children tend to relate better, they tend to understand the concepts better. Stories help concretize abstract concepts. So even for students who are otherwise struggling in math or science, the tool of helping to visualize or help, concretizing an idea which is otherwise abstract, helps the child in such a way that he's able to retain the facts better and able to reproduce them in exams better. Also, stories and, help reading, and reading helps self learning in the class. And as we all know, the more the child is independent, the more the teacher can focus on other tasks or focus on children who need more attention. So any teacher's goal is to make the child independent and to be able to learn by himself or herself. So stories are an important tool in a teacher's repository as well. And as our research has shown that children who read for pleasure do generally tend to do better in academics. And especially children, we see that, such children not only are good in languages, but these children also tend to do better in math and science classes as well. So stories generally, it is a general concept that, oh, stories are for language teachers, and that is absolutely not true. Stories are an essential toolkit for teacher who, irrespective of what subject she is teaching. And we have had examples of teachers effectively using stories even in civics classes, economics classes, or or otherwise subjects that you generally don't tend to associate with stories. So Storyweaver as a platform gives you access to this tool of having stories in your classroom toolkit. And Storyweaver is a platform which has more than 30,000 books in 284 languages. And we are close, getting closer to garnering more than 1 crore reads on our platform. So these many languages and these wide repository helps the teacher to pick and choose according to the reading levels of the classroom, according to the general language skills of the classroom. We have teachers who teach in tribal languages, so those books are accessible. So this large and wide repository of languages definitely help teachers. It doesn't restrict them in choosing only the mainstream languages. So few of the key features of Storyweaver books are that you can read stories. Teachers are also free to create stories. We have a large repository of images on our website, and teachers can use these images to create pictorial books, and they can create contextual pictorial books. So if a teacher is in an urban or a rural context or of a particular area, and you want to create a story setting based on the local region that you are based off, then you can create your own stories, and you can create them wonderfully with images as well. And instead of creating a whole new story, you can also translate existing stories, and translation can be done on your mobile phone also with extreme ease. So an existing good story, if you think you require in a regional language, then teachers are feel free to can easily translate them as well. Teachers can relevel these storybooks according to the reading levels of their classroom. So this helps the teachers to give individual catered attention to the different sets of students in the classroom, because in a classroom not everyone will be at the same learning level, not everyone will be at the same reading levels as well. And these stories teachers can download and print and use them as a teaching material while you're teaching comprehension or any other subject, and you think print material is needed, then teachers can easily download and print. And the best part is all our stories are under an open license, so there is no copyright issue regarding our stories. Now coming to this particular session, today's session will touch upon few basic things that we need while we are accessing the Storyweaver platform. One of the first things is, how do you create an account? How do you access the books? And a lot of times in a classroom, teacher will not have access to active internet, and that we have addressed that problem, that our books can be saved to an offline library. Without internet also, you can access our books in an offline library setting. And how do you share these books with the students? So these are few of the topics that we would be covering today. So I will just stop sharing my screen for a bit, and I will switch to the Storyweaver platform. And while I do so, I will put a link on the Zoom chat box. And I request all the teachers to open the Storyweaver website. So, and we will now learn navigation on the website and how to go about doing things simultaneously. I'll walk you through it. So while I open the Storyweaver website myself, I request all the teachers also to do so on their mobile Chrome app. If you're on Android, please use the mobile Chrome on the Chrome app on the.
Lisa, we are not able to see your screen.
Now?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the Storyweaver platform. I hope all the teachers have opened the website. It is storyweaver.org.in. one of the first things to effectively use the website is to create a sign up or a login. So on the right hand side of your what I'll do right now is I will switch to, although I'm on the laptop right now, I will switch to the mobile view so that teachers can use it simultaneously with me and they'll find it easier. I hope everyone is able to see my screen.
Yes, yes, Lisa.
Yeah. So this is the mobile view and how it will appear on your mobile screen. If you're on mobile screen right now, one of the first things to effectively use the platform would be to create a login ID. So on the top right hand side, if you go to menu, and first we'll choose the language in which we want to view the website. So here we have when you click on menu and when you see site language English, if you click on that, you have couple of options here: English, Farsi, Hindi, and Marathi. Today, for the benefit of all the audience, I will choose English. And the website appears to me in English, but if I had to choose Hindi, I'll just show you how it will come. The entire website will appear in Hindi to me. Now again, I go to menu.
Sorry, Lisa.
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah. So at the top, you see
Sonia, sorry, ma'am. Just a minute. Sonia, you were saying something?
Yes, but am I audible?
Yes, Sonia, you are.
Yeah. So, teachers, just for the teachers who aren't able to follow us, please do click on the menu button, which is 3 lines on the top right hand side of your screen. After clicking on the menu button, as Lisa is showing us, we will scroll down till we reach site language English. Once we click on that, we'll open up a page which gives us 5 options of languages. Teachers, please select the language option that you're most comfortable with. All right. So I hope that is clear with all teachers. That's the first step that we're going to do. If you're comfortable in Hindi or any other language, please choose the language before you start your sign-in process. Lisa, you can continue.
Again, we go to menu on the top right side. Once we click on that, the first thing that appears is sign up or login. We click on that. Here we have multiple ways of creating a login. It is highly recommended that if you have an active internet email account, please use email to create your login. You can also do it with your Google account, your Facebook account, or your mobile. If you are a teacher who does not have an active email account or are not using Facebook or Google, mobile is a very easy way to do so. Today, I will demonstrate mobile for everyone. So when I click on mobile, I need to enter the 10-digit mobile number and it will generate an OTP. With the OTP, I can do the sign up. So I will demonstrate the steps further. So here I am writing the mobile number and then I say next. And I get a 4-digit OTP. When I enter the 4-digit OTP and I say login, if you see on your phones and if you've been able to do so, it will say login successful. Now here it is giving me a random login because I have not entered all the details, but what you can do is create a login now and then go back and enter all your details like name, etc. So it will give a customized page for you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Can I ask teachers to please let us know if they have been able to create an account on Storyweaver? So, teachers, you are free to use Google as a format of logging in. Or if you don't have a Google account and you're more comfortable with your mobile, you can also join via mobile. So, teachers, please tell us. I can see it's amazing to see so many teachers who have said that they are able to create their account. But can I also hear from the teachers who haven't been able to create their account on Storyweaver? Are you facing any challenges, and can we help you overcome those challenges? Any teachers facing any difficulty in logging into Storyweaver, please use the chat box and let us know the issue that you are facing. Great to see teachers who already have an account with Storyweaver. It looks like everyone able to has been able to kind of create their accounts. Um, Amazing. So, Lisa, I think you can continue with the session.
All right. So here you can see a pop-up is coming for donation. It's seeking donation. On the right side, there is a close button. We click the close button because we want to proceed to the website. And now, again, the website view has opened. Now, first, I will show you how to read books, storybooks on Storyweaver website. So on the bottom, you can see there is an open book symbol. We click on that, which says read. So you see there are 29,000 stories that are listed. And that's a huge repository to choose from. So we will smartly apply some filters and choose the books that we are seeking. So on the right side again, you can see there is a sort and filter option. We will click that. And there are multiple criteria on which you can sort and filter. First being the language. So today I am clicking English. You can two ways you can choose the language. One, this there is a scroll bar. You can scroll and select. Second, if you type on the search bar the language that you want to search, it will appear. And here, interestingly, you can also see there are English, Arabic, English, Bengali options. These are bilingual books. And this is an really important tool for a teacher when you are trying to teach the child a second language. So bilingual books have text in both the languages, and teachers can help child pick up the second language with ease. So today I'm choosing only English language. Then I go to level. Here you will see what are the different levels and how we have defined them. So level 1 is for lower grades, and going up to level 4, which are for grades, usually for grade 7, 8, which are longer books with nuanced stories, a little more complex. So today I'm choosing a level 1 book. Then there are categories. we have listed out multiple categories. For example, you see we have activity books. These activity books are story books which are accompanied with activities, so teachers can engage the class better, tie all the things that we have learned in the story with an activity accompanied with it. So that's an activity book. And similarly we have multiple categories. Today I'm going to search a STEM book. STEM books are books which are generally with math, science concepts in them. And publisher as a category is less relevant for teachers. But if you want to read a particular publisher's books, like we have Pratham Books and many Room to Read, we have a lot of publishers, you can choose that as well. So I'm closing all the filters I've applied and I say close. So if you see, the stories have reduced from 29,000 to 40 stories. So this helps us narrow down the stories that we want to read. And all this, when I scroll down, I see all the stories that are listed. So I choose a story called Max at the Mela. And if you see here, these stories are also based in local context. So that helps the child relate better. There is a read story option. If you see the blue bar below, I click that. And I can read the stories. And here this story deals with concepts in math. Now that I have read the story, I find, as a teacher, I find the stories very interesting and I want to share the story with my students. So on the right hand side, if you see, there is a share button. This pop-up may or may not come all the time. After you've read a certain number of stories, this pop-up usually comes. Just the site wants to know, are you a teacher, which grade are you teaching, so that the site can customize according to your needs. So if you have received the pop-up, please fill it. If you have not received the pop-up, then we continue on the right side. If you want to pause, let me know, I'll just pause. But if once you've read the story and if you feel like the story is really interesting and you want to share it with your class, on the right side you see a share button. You click on the share button. You can share the stories via WhatsApp, Twitter and Facebook. And in the present context where schools are closed down and teachers are relying more and more on WhatsApp to share content, you click on WhatsApp. Then your WhatsApp window opens up. Here in this case, it's not opening up for me, but because I'm accessing it from my desktop, but your WhatsApp will open. You can select whom you want to share and you can share it. That is how the sharing option works. Now we
Could I interrupt you?
yeah.
All right. So I can see some teachers are asking regarding how do you find the filter option on the laptop version, right? So teachers, for anyone who is trying to find resources on Storyweaver, you first have to and Lisa, just correct me if I'm wrong, but you first have to choose any sort of language, right? So if you just click the read drop down and choose English, and then you will be able to see filter by languages, level, categories, publishers, and type, which is then something you can modify on your laptops. I hope that's clear to teachers.
If you want, I can show a demo.
Yeah, just if you could repeat very quickly how to get to this page, right, from the home page. And the second thing is how to share stories from the laptop version.
All right. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Uh, The mobile, not the mobile version, the desktop version.
Yes, I can.
All right. So this is how the website will look on the desktop or laptop if you are accessing through that. Again, we go to read, which is on the left side. We click on the language that we want to read, or we can click anywhere and then, the filters will appear. Here, I'm clicking on English. Again, I'm sorting by languages. I want to read English, so I'm selecting English. Then I select the level. And then I select the category. And again, 40 stories, if you see on the left hand side corner, 40 stories are appearing for me. So this is how you would do it if you are accessing it on the desktop. Now, how do I share stories if I'm accessing on the desktop? I click open the story and then a share button appears. Again, there is a WhatsApp option. And if you have a desktop version of WhatsApp, 1 minute, I'll just show you that as well. So I went to the share button, I clicked WhatsApp. Then the desktop version of my WhatsApp opens and I am sharing it. So I just click the person I want to share and I share it. That's how it usually works. Sonia?
Yes, absolutely clear. And teachers, so I see Geeta ma'am has decided to share, copy paste a link and share in chat. So if you have understood how to share stories on by link sharing, please practice that, because that will be amazing practice if you want to do synchronous teaching. So that means if you want to, during your Zoom classes or Google Meet Hangout classes, you want to share resources with your kids, why don't I would request all teachers to copy and then paste the link of their shared resource on Storyweaver in our chat box. In the meanwhile, we can just go ahead, Lisa. So teachers,
Right.
please paste the link in chat.
So one option of sharing I showed you now was, share directly on the WhatsApp. Another way you can share stories is you can download and share them. So when you download and share them, a PDF goes to the parents. Although sharing via WhatsApp or sharing the link is the most recommended one, you can also download the stories and share them. So on the mobile view, when you come down, you can see there is a download button and you can
Now
choose.
your screen sharing has stopped.
Okay, 1 minute. Can you see now?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yeah. So again, we are on the same story page like before. The story is Maths at the Mela. You read it, you liked it. One way to share it is via the share button, where you can share it on WhatsApp, Twitter, or Facebook. Another way to share is to scroll down and there is a download button. You click on the download button. There are two options. You can either share it as a PDF or an EPUB. For the teachers, we recommend you share it as a PDF. So you click on the PDF. And when you click on the PDF, if you can see here, a zip folder has been downloaded. So when I open the zip folder, there is a PDF that has been downloaded. Now I can, save this PDF and again share it to parents, or I can download the PDF and print it. So there are multiple ways I can use when I download it as a PDF. So these are the two ways you can share the stories with the children. Although sharing via WhatsApp, giving them the link would be most recommended, you can share it via PDF as well. So now we learned how we can read the stories and how we can share the stories with our students, and I hope teachers are clear till here. Now, not always we will have access to active internet. And if in a classroom context, you want to project this story onto the classroom TV, or access this story without, to read aloud to your children, and you do not have active internet, what you can do is save offline. If you, again, on the right hand side, if you notice, there is a save offline button. You click on that and the story gets saved offline. So this story has been added to your offline library. Now let us go and check if it's actually happened. So again, I go to the top, click on the menu, that is the three lines on the top, and I click on my offline library. And I see that Maths at the Mela has been saved to my offline library. And once a book has been saved to my offline library, without internet also, I can access it. Again, I go to our home page. I hope, teachers are clear of why we need an save offline library. It helps you access the books when there is no active internet connection on your phone.
So, teachers, please do let us know if you are able to save resources and books to your offline libraries by just clicking yes in the chat box. So we know that you have followed us till where we are. Any teachers facing challenges, have any questions regarding how to save on offline library, please do put your queries or questions in the chat box so we can address them right now. Thank you so much to the teachers who are actively participating and giving us feedback on how the session is going. We really appreciate it. There is one request, Lisa, to kind of repeat the save offline portion. So I think
On the desktop version?
not necessarily. You can show it either on the mobile or the desktop.
All right. One minute, I'll just...
So while Lisa is sharing her screen again, I am going to take a couple of questions. So, Vritti, are you on your laptop or mobile version? If you can respond to me, that would be great. To Susmita, ma'am, you can copy the link, right, and paste it in your Zoom chat box when you want to share it in your Zoom class. Alternatively, you can click the read button and share your screen and read with your students via Zoom.
Let me showcase that as well. So again, I am on the Storyweaver homepage,
So,
and one of
sorry, Lisa, I'm going to ask you if you could just go to the laptop version because I think teachers are finding it difficult to find the options in the laptop version, how to save offline and where to view it.
give me a minute. I'll just come.
Yeah. And teachers who are not able to follow this class because you were unable to join when it started, please do not worry. I am sharing a link for this live class. Please do watch that link. We've covered all of the different aspects of this class over there. You can watch at your same time. So teachers
Yeah,
who have,
Sonia.
yeah, you can go ahead. I can still see your mobile version. So if we can go to the website
Can you
version.
see now?
Yes, I can.
All right. So again, I'm on the Storyweaver page, home page, and I go to read. I choose to read English, or I can click anywhere and then the filters appear. And here I click on the first book. This is the desktop or the laptop version, and this is how it appears. So the read button is on the right hand side, and just below that there is save to offline library. So I click on save to offline library, and you see a symbol that is turning, and when it is saved you will get a pop-up saying the book has been saved to the offline library. Now I want to go and check. I go on the top, you see say offline library icon, and the words written next to it. I click there, and the second book, that is Smile Please, has also been saved to my offline library. I hope this part of it is clear for the teachers. Now, some books on our website also have a read along version. So,
Mouth.
so when you hover your mouse on the book, you see there are two symbols. One is the book and one is book with the mic. If you click the book with the mic, so the audio and the video of the book appears at the same time. This is especially beneficial for teachers who are teaching lower grade students. And if you see each word, so if you notice, each word that has been said is also highlighted. So this helps children better in picking up reading skills. They are able to relate with the text that they're seeing, with the voice that they are hearing. So this is also another kind of books we have. These are called read-along books. Sonia?
Yes, I think this is super, super useful. So, teachers, as you can see, right, there are amazing features on the Storyweaver platform that I think are going to be extremely useful to all of you, right? So, one is sharing stories with your students either by downloading or sharing via WhatsApp. You can do a read aloud where you can do a screen share, right, and have your students actually read with you, right? They can follow the words, those are all highlighted. We've shown you how to use the offline feature. That means if you don't have internet, that's not an issue, right? If your internet fluctuates during your live classes, that's also not an issue, because your resources will still be viewable on the in the offline mode. Now I think Lisa, I have just one question for you. So, if, say, for example, the teacher doesn't have access to internet, how does she access her offline library if the page doesn't load? Or does the Storyweaver page have to be already open?
Um, No, not this thing. What happens is, the cookie is saved in your phone, right? So teachers will be able to open it.
So they'll be
The
able to open up
uh,
Storyweaver on their mobile phones or
yeah,
laptops, even though they don't have internet, correct?
yeah.
Great. So teachers who are asking that question about how can I find my offline stories or how to read from offline mode, why don't you all just try this for a minute? Put your cell phones on airplane mode and only do that if you are not logged into the Zoom call from your cell phones. Otherwise, you can do this after the class where you can try and experiment going in offline mode and seeing how the Storyweaver app actually loads on your phones.
Yeah, I would recommend, once you've created your login, then you do this step. Otherwise, it might not work properly.
Right. So teachers, please do create your login before you try all of this.
And, if you go onto the homepage, you see there are resources that are listed. Teachers, once you've got acquainted yourself with how to read, how to download, I highly recommend you go and explore the resources as well. We have some really good resources for teachers in different languages that will help you build reading levels of your class and help you build the help you build the habit of using stories as a classroom resource very effectively. So today I'll not overwhelm you with all the features, but teachers are advised that once you are acquainted with the other features, please go and explore the website. Also, if you want to see directly the read along books alone, again, you can click on the read, and here under explore books on the right hand side, you can see we have read along books listed separately. So here are all the books that has audio video accompanied to them. And we have this in English, Hindi, Kannada, and Marathi. Sonia?
Great. Great. Thank you so much, Lisa. Teachers, while I'm going to ask all teachers to please put in their questions, right? And while you're thinking about any doubts that you have while you're exploring the platform, I'm also going to launch a short poll. I want to understand from teachers at this point, how comfortable are we feeling with Storyweaver right now? So teachers, in order to participate in the poll, please swipe left on your mobile devices till you reach the poll option. For laptops, the poll should automatically pop in front of your screens. Please do tell us how comfortable you are feeling with Storyweaver post this session, right? Now that you have learned how to use Storyweaver, you've created your accounts, learned how to access offline mode, learned how to search for read-alongs, and learned how to share resources with your students. Please do let us know how comfortable you feel with Storyweaver. We've got 79 participants, teachers. So I would request all 79 participants to please participate in this poll. My colleague Anuj has actually shared the schedule for the upcoming classes. So teachers who've already voted on the poll, please head up to our link. We're doing another session with Pratham Books on two of their other innovations that they've released, called Donate a Book and Dial a Book or Dial a Story. So I would request you to please click the link in the chat and register for a live class. Tomorrow we have a live class with Deepthi ma'am, and she's going to teach us how to become a Nearpod certified educator. So request teachers to first fill the poll, second, click the link in the chat box, and three, tell me that you've done both steps. All right? Thank you, teachers. There is no certificate for today's session, but you will be receiving a certificate for our Ticklings live class this week. And for Nearpod class tomorrow, if you complete all the steps, you will become a Nearpod certified educator by completing the application form. So I'm going to share the schedule for our upcoming live classes with you one more time so that you can all register on our live classes for tomorrow. And teachers, I would like to also understand if you can take a minute of your time, right? And if you enjoyed today's session, could you please spread the word on social media, right? So I'm going to paste a message and I'm going to request teachers if Anuj, I'll paste the message, please. So if you have enjoyed the session with a teacher class today, please do share this message on social media, telling other teachers that you enjoyed today's session. If you didn't enjoy today's session, please, you're not forced to share this message. We only want teachers who actually enjoyed today's session. All right. So, teachers, only 58 of you have voted. Please do vote and let us know how comfortable you're feeling with Storyweaver at this point of time. I'm going to wait for 10 more seconds. And Lisa, is there anything else you would like to kind of address on Storyweaver today?
That I highly recommend all the participants who have said that I might try it once. That I highly recommend that you please give it a try once in your classroom setting, even if you're on a Zoom classroom, and you will find it really really effective. As a teacher myself, I've relied on stories as a means to convey a lot of things to my class. From teaching concepts to just keeping them engaged in a productive manner. So I'm sure that teachers will find it extremely useful as a teaching resource itself. And if you have any queries, or if you want um, reach out to us on anything, so on the Storyweaver website itself, we have a contact email ID, and I will also put my team's my email ID here in the chat box. And if teachers have any queries, they can always reach out to us for various and we'll be happy to address them as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Lisa. It was absolutely amazing to have you conduct this session on Storyweaver. I think teachers, you will really benefit from using Storyweaver in your classrooms. I'm going to paste our Telegram group link, teachers. So we've created a community of teachers who, can interact with each other, who can receive updates whenever we have live classes scheduled. So please do click the link that I've just shared in the chat box and join our Telegram community so that you get alerted whenever we have a live class upcoming, and you can join the live class depending on your need. I would request all teachers to take a minute and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to watch this video at your own pace, and you want one place where you can access all of these live class videos, please do take a minute and subscribe. I am also sharing the email of Lisa, or where you can write in case you have any queries regarding the Storyweaver app. I've shared it in the chat so that you can write in case you have any questions. And along with that, I'm also sharing our email addresses or our contact points. So you can visit our website at teacherclass.org. You can write to us at info@teacherclass.org, and you can WhatsApp us on the number that we've shared below.